Am I audible to you? Hello. Hello. Sankalp, am I audible to you?
Yeah, hi. Yeah. Just a second.
Yeah, no problem. So guys, just let me know, are we all set for the webinar? Yeah.
My webcam is just not working. Just a second.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Take your own time.
Webcam not visible. Webcam not visible. Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen, Sankalp?
Yeah, screen is visible, but my webcam is just giving not working. Just a second. I don't know. Like I do have a webcam in my laptop, but
Okay.
for some reason it just doesn't work.
If it is a major issue, then you can ignore that. We can do it with the audio,
Yeah,
and yeah, we can manage with the audio. There's no problem about it.
yeah. I think it's not
Shall
working.
we
I
begin,
just.
Sankalp?
Yeah, sure. We can begin.
Dheer, shall we begin?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So welcome on board to the Modern Business and Strategies pitch deck, where we will have the debate on disruptive innovation and sustainable innovation. And the main agenda will be the
Okay.
modern business and strategies. And there is also some key takeaways for you guys other than modern business and strategies, which is very well connected with the main agenda. So I would like to ask you guys that what do you all know about the modern business thing, and what kind of current information you are having with respect to that?
All right. All right. Okay. So, like, shall I begin?
Yeah, Sankal, please go ahead.
Okay. So, uh, yeah, for modern business, like my observation has been is that the aggregator model, if you are aware of it, like the
Yeah,
model in which
yeah.
uh, we don't actually hold any residential property, just that we kind of organize them. That model is really is the core of like modern a business, because if you look at any business, be
Yeah.
it
Hmm.
Oyo, be it Uber, they
Yeah.
don't really own any of these hotels or cars. They just aggregate them,
Yeah.
bring them to internet and provide them services.
Yeah.
So I feel
Hmm.
like this is going to be the future, the aggregator model.
Yeah.
Uh, the reason is that uh, it's really cost effective, as you don't really have to make a purchase of anything. You can just partner with others who already own it
Yeah.
and further grow it. So that's my take on modern business
Yeah. Sounds
and
really good.
strategies.
Sounds really good. And what I would define it, the modern business, as all the modern practices, tricks, and trends that are being implemented in the basic business framework, and how it has
Okay.
been scaled in such a way that it uses various channels of online marketing and various channels of online media. It can be termed as as a modern business, and in the most optimized way possible. See, optimization comes from an integrated marketing funnel, or you can say also a
Mm.
framework. So the optimization should be done in such a way that the core business, real business framework, that is the old business framework, must be kept into the consideration. And around that, we will create a cycle of the modern tactics, tricks, and trends, so as to make it a 360-degree solution giving entity. I hope it sounds good to you guys.
All right. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to strategies, it's all about your business initiatives. For example, if you are a startup and if you are having a certain kind of business initiatives on board, so you need to prioritize them, that which business
Mm.
initiatives need to be implemented in first quarter and which all business initiatives must be implemented in the second half. right? So the strategies, yeah. So whenever you plot a business initiative, you need to keep what kind of tactics you would use in order to satisfy this particular business initiatives. So those tactics, those formulas, those tricks are known as strategies. So modern business and strategies is a similar framework, but it needs to be done in the right way by following a right blueprint.
Yeah.
Right. And one more question, we'll go to the second slide. That is, I have just asked a very relevant question to you guys, that why modern business? Why to do modern business? So I have just given a very simplified information to you. As Sankalp also very well mentioned, that they don't have the physical thing, but they have made a chain-like networks and chain-like business operations. And then that's the way they call the modern business operations. But I've taken the context of it, that is the connecting with your ideal audience through various channels in the most smart way possible, right? So the channels can be social media channels, the channels can be email, the channels can be CRM, the channels can be your storytelling mechanism, right? So I would like to discuss it in a bit detail. See, it all boils down to storytelling, and for storytelling you need content, you need relevant content for it, right? If you, be it YouTube industry, be it your media industry, be it your real estate industry, you all need relevant content for your storytelling. And storytelling is an art. Storytelling can't be chunked down through a series of keywords, and it can't be resonated in the same way, right? So Sankalp, I would like to ask you that do you have any idea with respect to storytelling and content creation in general, if you can throw some light on it?
Yeah, I mean, you like spend about in almost an year
Yeah.
in the content part, especially
Yeah.
on the website end. So
Sounds good.
I will be, yeah, I do agree that if you can create content
Hmm.
that too on the and diversified it on multiple internet channels,
Right, right, right.
uh, inevitably you will be attracting your customers no matter what.
Yeah.
Because when a customers see that your presence is everywhere,
Yeah.
you won't let them go
Yeah.
away from you. They will
Exactly.
be they will try to stick with you, your
Hmm.
customers.
Hmm.
I do believe that content has the power.
Hmm.
Like especially I do copywriting now. So
Yeah.
what
Hmm.
I've understood is that earlier copywriting was all about the pop-up newspaper ads or the
Right.
advertisement on television.
Right.
That was
Right.
the only two ways.
Hmm.
But post internet boom, I don't think anyone now even watches television
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much as we
exactly.
used to.
Yeah, it has been, the consumption, it has been decreased, there's no doubt in that.
Yeah, which is why the cost of the copywriting has increased because the quality has increased, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
power of that skill is increased because you can now go on to internet
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do copywriting in many other forms,
Mm.
and it is great for a business, I will
Yeah,
say.
yeah, sounds really good. Sankalp, one more
And
thing.
I'd like
Yeah,
to add on.
Yadir, Yadir. Go ahead,
Okay,
please go
so
ahead.
like the reason is like because these OTT platforms are way more cheaper,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because these DTH services they charge you like 300 400 every month.
Hmm.
So switching to a OTT platform जहाँ पे you're getting better content.
yeah, yep.
So
Yeah.
that's why it's blooming all over.
Very good insight. Very
Yeah.
good
Yeah. I
insight.
would agree.
Yeah,
Very good insight.
yeah.
I through this context, I remember a very good lines by Zakir Khan in his comedy show. He said actually, but it was very very line that when you are watching on a OTT platform any series or any movie, it's an one-on-one connection. It's a, because you keep the mobile here, it's a one-on-one connection,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a user oriented connection. It is a user controlled connection. For example, if you want to watch a series known as Suits, and if you are pursuing law, then it will be an exact match for your niche, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but in the TV you are controlled by the media, you are controlled by the second entity. So that's the big disadvantage that I will say on the TV and all, and that's why its consumptions are decreasing. Because if you see in the YouTube also, YouTube has a very smart user-oriented content. If you see one video, you will on the next moment only you will get all the recommendation of the related videos to that particular video you have seen before. You all guys must have observed that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a user-oriented thing, and they that's a very valid point that I also remember from one of my orientation. He said that for Facebook and for YouTube and for any other social media channel, be it Instagram, be it WhatsApp, uh, see their subscriptions are not their customers, or their subscribers are not their customers, but we are their customers. We are actually their product, and we are actually being sold to the other customers, because at the end of the day the user generated content really works in every strata of the business, and be it any real estate, and be it recommendation for the book, be it recommendation for your product, and be it for anything, right? So there was a very valid point I would like to ask you, Sankalp. You very well mentioned the content thing, and you have been into this thing from niche from past 1 year or so. Do you know anything about content minimalism and content long tail versa? Are you aware of it? Content minimalism and content long tail versa?
Not aware to those specific terms, but what I'm getting, if that's correct, is uh, let's see what if that
Yeah,
is correct or not. By long term, I'm getting is that like, does this mean the shell life of the content?
yeah, yeah. See,
Okay, so
see, the long term, by long term, I mean it's a kind of trustful storytelling to our audience, so that, see,
okay.
I would like to elaborate, Sankalp. Excuse me for
Hmm.
that, because that's a very valid question. If you are interested in anime series, for instance,
Hmm.
and if you are deeply engrossed in a particular anime, and on the next week, if you get to see the insiders of that anime, and it is a long storytelling of 15 pages, so I think
Okay.
you will be most probable to read those 15 pages. Those 15 pages will not look to you as the large long 15 pages, but for me and Dheer, it will look as a book, and it will look boring, and we will never open at least one page of it. So I understand this subtle nuances very well, as per my experience
Okay.
goes. So I was telling in terms of it, as later on we discussed about, earlier we were discussing about in Discord, that you told that my content is quite long, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
on the same time, my intention was that if any avid reader is there who is deeply engrossed into modern business and marketing and innovation, and so the storytelling thing works, minimalism doesn't work. That was my whole primitive approach behind that. So I was just
Yeah.
asking from that point, so if we are targeting our content to the right kind of avid readers and audience, I think this long storytelling and the quality storytelling really works, because in that we are having a conversation, we are not narrating an essay. This is my point of view. Now you can add on to it.
Yeah, okay, understood.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you know what happens from the SEO perspective
yeah.
is that it really doesn't matter if you are just if your website is new or not. If the content is of top quality,
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't matter how many articles are there on your website or how many backlinks you have,
Yeah.
the chances of your article getting ranked are higher. If
Okay.
if if if, if if it require if it consists of all the information that the user is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
If you have kind of integrated that information, your content will get ranked. But
Yeah.
again, on the same point,
Mm.
just try to imagine is that they're almost like I don't know the number, but they're almost like a billion websites on internet. I might be
Mm.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out of all of them, uh, imagine from the perspective of Google that how difficult would it be to rank from all those billion websites and rank only one site on the top.
Yeah. 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 It will be a very challenging thing. Very challenging thing.
Yeah, so so for that reason, these uh, the internet engines kind of frame, they kind of curate a frame work around their matrices,
Right.
which they provide to their creators. Now what happens is when you follow those matrices, your chances of getting rent is much more than if you would not have followed any of those,
Okay.
because because the competition is way more uh, compared
I
to
completely agree.
10 years
I completely agree. Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
If you were to create content 10 years back on the internet, create a website or put articles,
Right. Right.
you
Right.
can
Right.
just create like 10 articles a day, and you would have get ranked on the top position in
Okay.
just a span of day.
Mm-hmm.
Now the competition is high, so it has to define its boundaries under which the right creator sets the what should I say, reward.
Yeah, the kind of reward they are getting actually. Do you want to add something to it?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
agree with him.
yeah. So that's a very valid point, Sankalp. But I would like to ask you that this is the. Are you able to
Yeah.
see this article? This particular article by Single Grain?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was referring to this article, and if you see the length of it, it is too long. It is really too
Yeah.
long. So I need to ask you. I was talking about these kind of long tail articles that I am
All
really
right.
fascinated about. But the information in this article is bang on. The information in this article is really of quality, and it really adds a kind of what to say, clarity to the readers in terms of innovation
Okay.
also, and in terms of minimalism also. So I was just trying to align these things accordingly, that
Mhm.
what will be your insight to it. uh, Again, the minimalism will work, or the storytelling will win this kind of race. And because there is a kind of contradiction between minimalism and long tail storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I myself have seen like long articles on a same topic as well as short list articles. So
I can just send
uh,
you guys.
I,
Yeah.
yeah. The length matters only until when your when the information that you have put in your content is according to what the user is searching.
Yeah.
If like again, I would be emphasizing the point. If you are including each and every point that a user is searching for that specific keyword,
Yeah.
doesn't matter what your length is, what the length of your article is, your chances of getting seen by that user will are higher. But
Yeah.
but again, it can't be like that. You write thousands of words of articles. 1,000 to 1,500 is just fine.
Okay. Okay.
If it's not an review article or affiliate marketing article,
Right.
because
Right.
those are the articles that includes tens of twenties of products, and for
Right.
each
Right. Right.
product you have to write their description, features,
So
so
it
that
will
takes
enhance
on.
the. It will enhance the word limit.
Yeah. So yeah, one more thing, like when you say articles in itself refers to long form of content.
Long form
But
of content.
I think, yeah, but what I was referring to is blog post.
Blog
Blog post
post.
is generally under 1,000 or around 800.
Yeah. I got your point. I got your point. But in the process of storytelling, I couldn't manage to do justice to that particular limit, because since I was
Okay.
storytelling and making it as a conversation based approach, I can send it to Dheer as well, so that he can have a look into it, and he can give me his feedback in that.
Yeah.
Dheer, I've sent to you. I think you can check through your personal message, and I've just sent my blog's link. You can read on it to a bit later.
Okay, sure. What is it about?
It's about the foundation of marketing, the basic
Okay.
foundation of marketing in a
Okay.
conversational way. In a conversational way, when you will read my blog, it will not
Hmm.
look like a simple essay kind of narration. It will
Hmm.
look like
Hmm.
two friends are talking over a cup of coffee.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll check it out. Sure.
Yeah, you can check it out later. And yeah, so sounds very good. As so far so good. And I think the funnel based approach and the promotion workflow will be discussed later. And I
All right.
think we shall now talk about the key takeaways from this webinar. Does it sound good to you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so the webinar agenda, in the webinar agenda, I have these key takeaways. You both guys can have a look into it, and then you can ask your questions accordingly. I think it will be more visible to you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it sound good to you?
Yeah, it seems good.
Yeah, so in the modern business planning, we shall go with the basic framework and the flow I was talking about. So since we have discussed the content, we will first talk about the content in general, a bit more about it, so that it will give us too much clarity in aligning our business practices more aptly and more smartly. So this is the slide that is exploring content ocean 2.0. So Sankalp, I think you will be relating to it more. I think it is actually there is a particular funnel known as CAT marketing funnel, where C is
Okay.
termed as content, A for attaining the users. Okay, so in the C and A thing, if you play with it, right? So in the first thing, it comes to content, and if you belong to the engineering background, you must be knowing about it. If we term any power to the power, like n to the power something, so its
Mhm.
effect gets multiplied to it, right? Yeah, I have also
Yeah, yeah,
mentioned here. I think Deep will not be clear about it, so I can just show it from my blog itself. I have mentioned the CAT marketing funnel here, so it will be more clear to you guys, and then we can discuss the content ocean 2.0 created by me. So this was the particular framework. So there you can also look
okay.
into it. So this is the basic marketing funnel that I particularly follow and my companies follow. The Zen Media follows, headed by Shama Haidar. So N is niche, that your particular niche uh, in your marketing practices. So for example, if Sankalp's niche is into content writing and curation, and my niche is into business strategies and planning, so then that particular niche effect, the effect of that niche will be multiplied to all the CAT thing, right? C for content, A for attention of your users, T for the trust, how you develop a kind of trust with your audience, with your ideal customers, and T for the
Mm.
transaction, where they finally made a transaction for your minimal viable product. So I think it sounds good
Okay.
to you. So
Yeah, yeah.
in creating the wealth for your audience, I think these both will be consummating, like combine it, and then you will be able to create your wealth from your business initiatives. So any confusion with respect to this funnel? I think if there is
Oh
any
no,
confusion, we can discuss in a
no,
bit
no.
detail also, right? So let's get back to the slide. So I was talking about the content 2.0. So Sankal, my question to you will be, as you belong to the content
Okay.
thing from past 1 year or so, so if we talk about the niche and if we talk about the content, so I have written you have the freedom to choose your niche and flow of the content accordingly, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
once you have chosen your niche of the content, for example, just for example per se, if Dheer chooses movie direction, the art of movie direction as his niche,
Okay.
particular niche, and if he tends to, he has two options. First option will be
Mm.
to just simply educate the users with the help of blogs, with the help of articles, with the help of YouTube videos. Or second option is the storytelling thing. Okay, he
Okay.
can share his real life experiences, his real life struggles, his all in all behind the scenes, and then he can narrate a very effective story, so as to add value to his particular audience or the ideal personas,
Okay.
right? And then eventually convert them into their loyal customers, right? And for converting the particular audience or your fans or your fan base to your customers is a very big journey. I would not say that
Yeah,
it directly gets converted. It's a basic framework. That's why I was talking about a funnel. That's why I was talking about a funnel, particular funnel, and we can discuss this later, according to me. So, are we
yeah, yeah.
clear till here?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I got your
So
point.
any questions you guys like to ask me with respect to the content and the storytelling versus the simple narration thing? Because it's what to say, the king of marketing.
Yeah, so not any question. Yeah, but I just said that marketing is not kind of a standout concept. It's all about storytelling. If I'm not wrong,
Yeah. Please continue.
whatever the channel you're using, whatever the
Yeah.
technique or method you're using, if storytelling is kind of the base of each and every step when it comes to marketing,
Yeah.
especially in
Absolutely.
today's current.
Absolutely. So you said very aptly. That's why I've created a particular framework so as to enable even a noob in marketing to kickstart his startup or her startup, and to have that basic mind map planning, that where we need to hit the chord. So as I very well mentioned, that first we need to choose our niche, and once we choose our niche, then creating your online presence, or we say portfolio, is very much important. And then as we were discussing, and as we discussed also, that it is all the art of storytelling, how you pitch your business and what kind of perception you give to your audience, so that they also believe in your belief, right? If the CEO and if the management believes in something, idea, then your loyal fans or your ideal customers should also believe in that particular perception and in that idea, and then only it will be a recurring revenue business, as per me. So if we go in
Yeah, yeah.
terms of portfolio management, uh, I would like to listen both of your thoughts, like what kind of knowledge you have with respect to portfolio making, or you can tell the basics of it, there's no problem about it, because I would like to know the subtle nuances with respect to the portfolio or your brand making. Let's say it brand making. So just you can feel free to speak yourselves.
Okay. Yeah, but won't see you to say because I feel like he hasn't said anything.
Okay.
Okay, so I'd like to add.
Yeah, Dev.
So the thing is, like, I'm into markets. Like, I I trade in the security markets, and in that portfolio is something that the value that you hold,
Yeah.
and everything that everything that you have worked on is basically what a portfolio means, right?
Yeah. Exactly. You're going in the
Okay.
right direction.
Yeah, so building a portfolio means like building a portfolio, like, in the sense from start, or what?
See, it's a quite valid question. See, portfolio making is all about, when I referred the word online presence, it's all about how you add your experiences in such a way that it looks as a story, it looks as a journey, not as a kind of bullet pointers. For example, I will just give you an example. If a person is having an experience to work in Google, and if a person is having an experience to work in HP and Microsoft, right? So which candidate will you prefer? Will you prefer that candidate who has worked in severe mediocre organization, or you will prefer a candidate who has given his stable years in a very reputed MNC or in a very reputed business entity?
The one who has worked in a reputed MNC,
Correct.
obviously.
Exactly. That makes a lot of sense. So because that particular entity with whom he or she has been connected gives you a kind of trust and a sense of higher credibility. Am I right? But
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the strugglers like us, with the aspirants like us, we, most of us, don't have that kind of coordination with the big giants of the MNCs or the business market, right? If you are having, then it's a win-win situation for both the entities. But almost 80% guys are not having. I'm talking about those 80% guys, or right. So I was just talking about that creating the portfolio your means to add your experience in such a way that it looks as a very interesting story. It shouldn't look as a as something which is just arranged in the form of fancy bullet pointers and it has been trying to communicate so as to get a job, so as to be hired. So that was my unique differentiator point that I would like to highlight in that.
Okay.
I hope it sounds good to you guys.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So any confusion in these 3 bullet pointers? First, where to start as a startup? First, choose your niche, do the mindset based analysis, that what are your business initiatives, what are your value propositions, how you can pitch in the market, and what are your unique differentiator as a business. And first, you need to have an alignment with respect to your mindset. Your mindset must be
Yeah.
clear with your business initiatives, with respect to the resources you have, with respect to your idea. And you should analyze that that day earlier me and Sankalp was talking about this thing that you shouldn't do business just to earn money. You should do business in order to induce a unique perception to your ideal customers. If that perception is developed, then automatically your revenue will be generated and you will get a recurring revenue. Your revenue cycle will keep on running, will never stop. So that was, I think, a very valid point from my side. And then portfolio I have explained to you in a very simplistic way. And then the storytelling is my favorite subject. So as a very well written, that nowadays nobody wants to learn through lectures. People like to listen and watch appealing stories, right? As the OTT platform is at boom, so in the business also, in the profession also, be it any profession, we guys like storytelling. We guys like
Yeah.
interesting stories and case studies. So that's where you need to provide value as a modern business marketer. That's what my conclusion with respect to this particular subject. So if you guys have any questions, you can just feel free to ask. And then, because actually we are moving into a very interesting concept related to meditation, the related to modern business meditation. So I think that will take time to process. So I think you can just introspect yourself and then we can move ahead.
Yeah, like I'll enhance the point that you mentioned. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we can create that perception, like yeah, I remember my sister a few days ago. She went to McDonald's. She was watching that
Okay.
people don't really. We all know that these all giant food chains. I mean, yes, their food are the food they present or they serve is good, but it's comparatively to the other cheaper chains which are not that much popular. The quality isn't that great. It's only that they've been successfully able to create a perception in the mind
Sounds really good.
with their
Sounds really
brand name.
interesting.
For
Mm.
example, like McDonald's, if we talk about McDonald's, the burger. Uh,
Yeah,
what seems to us is that they use a bun and a patty, but
yeah.
behind that they use all sort of chemicals and
Exactly,
other things,
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which the audience, a few percentage of audience is aware of those practices, but still they would go there.
Yeah, yeah. I
And I,
completely agree.
and I think it's all the perception that makes the uh, audience go to these stores or chains even after knowing that
A very valid
how
point.
full
A
or
very valid point. A very valid
prejudicial
point.
are they.
Same things goes with the Starbucks also. The Starbucks campaign,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it has a really premium quality of coffee, and I don't think I'm not demeaning their true and loyal fans, but I think with the quality of coffee, it becomes
Yeah.
really degrading if we compare with terms of our home coffee or the espresso coffee we used to drink in the marriage functions and all. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah.
So,
No,
but
I'll agree on that.
yeah, it is just a perception building and all. And that makes me remember a very appealing story of my client who was based into New York and named as Sotara. So Sankalp,
Okay.
that particular thing was fully related to the content and storytelling and building a perception. I would like to share with you guys a very intriguing example. For example, there is a brand named as Sotara who is based
Okay.
into New York, and they are operating into customized suits and tuxedos. customized suits and tuxedos, right? They have
Okay.
every kind of resource. They belong to a multimedia mercenary project. They have the money is not a problem. The quality of fabric is not a problem. But you tell me, and the promotion strategy is also good. Promotion strategy I'm telling about. But what do you think that what made this business fail? Because at the end of the day, that business got failed in New York. In New
Okay.
York. So there are many subtle nuances to it. But when I will tell you the reason, you guys will laugh. You guys will literally laugh. But that happened with that brand. So see, the pricing model was clear. The
Okay.
resources, they were having enough resources. They already went from India to New York, and they have just tried to pitch directly into New York without targeting the Indian market, because they know that most of the people who are in New York and the US citizens will only prefer these kind of tux and suits and all. But at the
Okay.
end of the day, their business strategy failed. For the first discovery phase of 3 months, we invested almost 2 lakhs in their marketing and promotion, but we didn't receive any kind of sustainable sale or order. That's a true
Mhm.
story I'm selling. I'm telling to you because I firmly believe if you guys are my tribe, then I should definitely share the secrets with you guys, because in the later slides you will get to know about it. So I don't fear in sharing my failures.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think I made myself clear to you guys. So you guys can just make some guesses, and then I will disclose my idea and the main loophole. So have you got the main agenda of it? What is it all about? Brand is all about. Brand name is Sutara, and
All right.
they are based
Yeah,
out
there.
of India, and they try to pitch their business, the first startup business in New York, and they have all kind of pricing. They have all kind of resources. They have the good kind of money backup, but at the end of the day, they failed. So what can be the main reason to it? Any guesses?
Okay.
Any
Right.
guesses? Any
If
guesses?
Bad
if
marketing.
Bad, yeah, it's a very vague thing, though. You said very right, but it's very vague
Yeah.
guess. Bad marketing, yeah, of course
Okay.
it's a bad marketing. Of course it's a bad marketing. Yeah, you made a good guess, but it's quite vague. Uh, Try to be specific. Try to be specific. If you can reversely map the business initiatives.
if I had to guess, so I got that the business was about creating customized suits and tuxedos
Yeah, yeah.
for for the US audience.
US audience, and mostly men, mostly men, mostly men.
Okay, so now if you try to imagine what type of men in terms of their economic or financial condition would be able to uh, create would be able to buy those customized suits.
Yeah,
I think it's only the people who are successful or comes as the status of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
millionaire
yeah, yeah.
or the
Correct.
upper 10%.
Mhm.
So I think what could have gone wrong with the company is that they didn't really find that right audience
Mhm.
in the sense that they were trying to create customized suits. And a
Mhm.
customized suit for and as I said, and the only people that would be able to uh, sorry, just a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Still my throat is bad.
Yeah,
The only
get well
kind of
soon, bro.
people that would be able, yeah, okay, thank you, to buy that suit would be of the higher capacity.
Yeah.
Now, if consider if you are a person who is rich and all that, you have all that luxury,
Mm.
your expectations related to the material used and the type of craftsmanship that goes into building or creating the tuxedo would be high. I mean, of course, you
Yeah,
would imagine that.
it would be
Now,
challenging.
yeah, so the point where the company would have failed is to is the same point. Like they have their idea, they have their brand, they have their money, but what they would not have been able to do is to create that luxurious craftsmanship or find that special material or something like that.
Right, 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 right,
It
right.
would be.